Week 3 in the NFL, and it looks like we escaped without any major injuries. Hey, I'm Bill Enright from FFChamps.com. With me, Jared Smola, SportsInjuryPredictor.com. And Jared, the first 2 weeks, we were dealing with a lot of injuries to some big-time playmakers. But after week 3, it doesn't really look that bad.
Yeah, we were due for a lighter week on the injury front, so we finally got that. Good news.
We got receivers to talk about, running backs, wide receivers. It doesn't sound like it's that serious, but it is a serious player, and that's Julio Jones from the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, it sounds like he's just dealing with a pretty minor back injury. He never exited last weekend's game. He played a season-high 85% of the snaps. But, of course, it's Julio. There's always concern when it's him. We'll have to monitor his practice reps during the week.
How about Doug Baldwin from the Seattle Seahawks? He was also dealing with a little bit of a groin injury.
Yeah, groin injury. Ian Rappaport from NFL Network said he's day-to-day and could even play this coming week. We have 30 records of groin pulls or strains in our database. Half of those guys missed exactly one game.
Wow. The
average is 1.6 games missed. So I'd consider Baldwin like 50-50 for this coming week, but it doesn't sound like he's going to miss much more time beyond that.
All right, now the next 3 receivers, they got injured during the game, didn't come back in. Michael Crabtree from the Oakland Raiders, he took a big hit. Kelvin Benjamin expected to have a big game against the Saints. It never happened. And then Sammy Watkins had a big game, but he left with a concussion.
Yeah, so Michael Crabtree's injury seems the least serious. X-rays came back negative on his chest, so I would expect him to be ready for Week 4. Sammy Watkins had the concussion on Thursday night. First known concussion of his career, which is good news. Probably gives him a better chance to be cleared. He'll also have had 10 days to get cleared by the time the Rams take on the Cowboys this coming weekend. Kelvin Benjamin had the knee injury. His leg got bent awkwardly beneath him. That is the same left knee that he tore his ACL in back in 2015. This doesn't sound like it's at all related. An MRI revealed no structural damage. Sounds like he's questionable for Week 4 against the Patriots, but not looking at a long-term absence here.
All right, let's shift from wide receivers over to running backs. Melvin Gordon dealing with a bone bruise in his knee. Is he expected to play this upcoming week?
Yeah, we have very few records of bone bruises in our database, and it's interesting because Sam Bradford's dealing with the same thing. It sounds like Bradford's is much more severe. Gordon actually came back into last week's game, so I would expect him to be fine, but we'll have to keep an eye on how much he does in practice this coming week.
All right, let's talk about a little bit more serious injury. One of my favorite all-time players in fantasy football, Darren Sproles. He tore his ACL and broke his arm on the same play. That's like catastrophic. It might be a career-ending season for him. Not a career-ending injury, but I don't expect him to come back next year. He's already up there in age for the running back spot. But Sproles, out for the year, broken arm and torn ACL.
Yeah, that's rough. I would have been crying if that was me. He could have returned if it was just the broken arm. That'd be like a 6 to 8 week injury. The ACL obviously knocks him out for the rest of the season. The timing of it happening so early on means he'd probably be ready for the start of 2018. But like you said, the guy turns 35 years old next June. Sort of doubt that he comes back for another year, but we'll have to see.
Now let's go to the New York Jets, where veteran Matt Forte, what does he have, an injured toe?
Injured toe, which can be tough for skill guys to play through. X-rays did come back negative, so it sounds like he's dealing with a sprain. We have 38 records of a toe sprain in our database. 45% of those guys missed 1 or 2 games. The average games missed is 3.7 because there are some cases of guys missing like 10-plus games. Doesn't sound like Forte's injury is that serious, so I'd expect him to miss 1 or 2 games maybe. We'll have to see again what he does in practice this week.
And the final injury we're going to discuss, Redskins rookie running back Samaje Perine.
Yeah, he suffered what the team is calling a bruised hand on that play in which he fumbled in the Monday Nighter. And, of course, ball security has been a problem for him. So we'll have to see. Perine's workload is going to depend on Rob Kelly, who's still recovering from his rib injury. Sounded like Kelly was on track to play on Monday night, then ended up getting held out. But I would expect Kelly to return for Week 4 here.
All right, Jared, great stuff as always. Check out more injury news, injury updates, sportsinjurypredictor.com.